Hi everyone and happy holidays. We're coming up to Sukkot, where one of the biggest elements of Sukkot are the four species, right? We need to take all four and bless on them. Now, our scholars come and teach us something very interesting, that each one of the species resembles a character trait. The etrog is the tzaddik because he both has character, meaning derech eretz, and he has good midot, and he also has Torah, and he has taste, he has meaning. The lulav and the hadas are only half. One of them has smell and doesn't have taste, and one has taste and doesn't have smell. And they represent like the middle ground, the mediocre person. And finally, we have the arava that represents the rasha, a person that doesn't have taste and doesn't have derech eretz, doesn't have any of them, doesn't have taste or smell. But what becomes very interesting is that when you go into the halacha of the four species, the Gemara comes and says, if you don't have one of them, you can't bless on the four species. Logic would come and say, if I don't have the arava, okay, so I don't have the bad one, like it doesn't smell good, it doesn't add anything, so let's just leave it out. Comes our scholars and teach us, no, we don't leave anyone out. The Masechet Brachot comes and teaches us that on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, a person should not ask to be judged alone. Why? If I'm a righteous person, I'm a pretty good guy, why do I want to carry extra weight of other people on my back? And the Gemara comes and says, because the only way you will be judged favorably is if it's everyone together. Rav Kook comes and says, on the pasuk in Shir HaShirim, he says, Kulach yafa rayati umum en bach. You are all beautiful, and there is nothing bad about you. And how could that be? What kind of person, what woman, besides my wife, of course, is perfect? And Rav Kook comes and explains who's saying it. It's God saying it to Am Yisrael. Kulach yafa rayati. When you are all together like a fist, not just one by one, not when you're separated up, but when you are all together. The tzaddik benoni v'rasha, that is the acronym of tzibur. When we all come together, that is when we are all beautiful and we are perfect. It's like a puzzle. If you take one piece of the puzzle, it's just a blurb of colors. But when we combine all those pieces together, we get a beautiful picture. We're in the times of Corona where we're separated and physically we can't really be together. I think that is the perfect time to recognize that we're part of something great. That for 2,000 years, even though we weren't always together and different parts of the nation were scattered around the world, there was that power of being together. So let's return to that secret power. That power of being a peoplehood, of being a nation that comes together, and each one of us represents something. Each one of us brings to the table something. It might be the spiritual table, but I don't know about you, that makes me really happy. I know that I'm part of something great. So we should all achieve greatness together.